Am I the only one that didn't know Anna Delvey was a con artist? She arrived in Manhattan with nothing but designer clothes, a fabricated German accent, and an audacious plan to build a $40 million art foundation. Yet somehow Anna Delvey managed to infiltrate New York's most exclusive social circles and convince financial institutions to hand her hundreds of thousands of dollars. For years, this ordinary Russian immigrant lived an extraordinary lie, staying in luxury hotels she couldn't afford, dining at Michelin-starred restaurants without paying the bill, and convincing the city's wealthiest power players she was one of them. What's truly shocking isn't just how far her deception reached before it all came crashing down, but the disturbing revelation about which of her wealthy victims fought hardest to put her behind bars, and why some believe she's still running cons from prison today. Who was this captivating newcomer with an enigmatic past? Whispers followed her from exclusive parties to Michelin-starred restaurants. Some questioned her background, the source of her wealth. But Anna possessed an uncanny ability to deflect doubts, turning skepticism into intrigue. She was an art world prodigy, they said, a savvy investor, a future titan, and they, the lucky few, were in on her rise to the top. Anna's ambitions went beyond fleeting fame or social climbing. She envisioned something concrete, something lasting. The Anna Delvey Foundation. This wasn't just another vanity project for a bored socialite. This was to be a dynamic art centre, a sprawling 6-story haven for artists and collectors in the heart of Manhattan. She spoke of rotating installations, exclusive memberships, and collaborations with the biggest names in contemporary art. The price tag, a cool $40 million. To those accustomed to dealing with trust funds and offshore accounts, $40 million was a manageable sum. Anna, with her air of quiet confidence, assured potential investors that the money was a mere formality. The foundation, she claimed, already had significant assets. All she needed was a temporary bridge loan, a minor inconvenience to unlock her family's vast wealth. Her infectious enthusiasm and meticulously crafted vision proved difficult to resist. After all, this was Anna Delvey, and she was destined for greatness. Anna Delvey was a master of social engineering, a virtuoso of illusion. She instinctively understood the mechanics of power and influence, particularly in a city like New York. She targeted her marks carefully, influential figures in art, fashion, and finance, individuals who moved in circles where wealth was assumed, not questioned. She showered them with lavish gifts, expensive dinners, and invitations to exclusive events. She dropped names like confetti, creating an aura of exclusivity and importance around herself. Her charm was disarming, her confidence unwavering. She played on people's desire to be part of something exclusive, something extraordinary. She was a mirror reflecting their aspirations, their belief in their own good fortune. They saw in her a reflection of their world, a world of limitless possibilities and effortless wealth, and they were, in a way, blinded by their own privilege, their willingness to believe that someone so audacious, so charming, could also be so deceitful. The facade began to crack, as facades often do when reality intruded upon the carefully constructed illusion. Hotel bills went unpaid. Wire transfers mysteriously failed to materialize. Credit cards were declined, met with a dismissive wave and a promise that her people would sort it out. These were, Anna insisted, mere oversights, minor hiccups in the otherwise seamless flow of her vast fortune. But the excuses, once charming, began to ring hollow. Whispers turned to murmurs, murmurs to open questioning. The whispers followed Anna as she flitted from one luxury hotel to another, always one step ahead of the mounting suspicions. Her carefully crafted network of acquaintances began to unravel as the truth dawned on them. Anna Delvey, the German heiress, was a mirage, a phantom, a figment of their collective imagination. The empire she had built, brick by expensive brick, was nothing more than a house of cards, held together by deceit and destined to collapse. Section 5. Smoke and Mirrors. The Delvey Financial System. Anna Delvey's greatest talent wasn't her ability to charm or her taste in art. It was her mastery of financial illusion, her knack for manipulating the very systems designed to track and manage wealth. She understood the power of perception, the weight that a bank statement, even a forged one, could carry. She spun tales of overseas accounts, of family lawyers and wealth managers, all working tirelessly behind the scenes to manage her considerable assets. She exploited the loopholes in the system, the delays between transactions, the trust that financial institutions placed in outward appearances. She used one bank loan to pay off another, creating the illusion of liquidity, of a financial engine perpetually in motion. Her confidence, her audacity, was her most powerful tool, disarming even the most seasoned financial professionals. She understood that in the world of high finance, perception often trumps reality, and she played that game to perfection. While the financial gears turned, oiled by deception and fueled by ambition, Anna Delvey was living the dream she had so meticulously crafted. Luxury hotels became her personal playgrounds, their suites transformed into temporary residences, their staff her unwitting entourage. She dined at the city's most exclusive restaurants, her table always laden with the finest food and wine, the bill a mere trifle to be settled later. Designer clothes draped her frame, each outfit a carefully curated statement of wealth and taste. She moved through the city with an air of entitlement of someone born into privilege and accustomed to the finer things in life. Yet beneath the veneer of wealth, a darker reality lurked. The unpaid bills, the bounced checks, the mounting debts, all served as a constant reminder that the life she had built was a precarious illusion, one missed payment away from crumbling into dust. As Anna's web of deceit grew more tangled, the authorities began to take notice. What was initially dismissed as a series of financial misunderstandings, the actions of a careless socialite, evolved into something far more sinister. The missing funds were not oversights, but calculated thefts. The promises of repayment were not naive optimism, but deliberate lies. The law, slow and deliberate, began to close in on the elusive Ms. Delvey. Her victims, once enamored by her charm and captivated by her vision, now saw her for what she truly was, a con artist of extraordinary talent. They had lost money, yes, but more than that, they had been betrayed, their trust shattered by someone they had welcomed into their inner circle. They cooperated with authorities, providing evidence, piecing together the intricate puzzle of Anna Delvey's deception. And as the walls closed in, the once bright smile began to fade, replaced by a flicker of fear in the eyes of the woman who had once seemed invincible. The trial of Anna Delvey was a media sensation, a real-life courtroom drama that captivated the city she had so audaciously conned. The courtroom became a stage, and Anna, ever the performer, seemed to relish the attention. She hired a stylist, ensuring that even in prison garb, she maintained an air of effortless chic. She sketched courtroom scenes, her drawings appearing in news articles, further blurring the lines between reality and performance. Was she remorseful? Truly sorry for the harm she had caused? Or was this yet another elaborate con, a performance designed to elicit sympathy, to manipulate the narrative once more? The jury found her guilty on multiple counts, including grand larceny and theft of services. But even in defeat, Anna Delvey remained an enigma, leaving everyone, from her victims to the jury, wondering if they had ever truly seen the real person behind the carefully constructed facade. Even behind bars, Anna Delvey continues to fascinate and frustrate in equal measure. Her story has been optioned for books and television shows, turning the con artist into a cultural icon. She grants interviews from prison, her words passed for clues, for any hint of remorse or understanding of the damage she has wrought. Some see her as a folk hero, a Robin Hood figure who exposed the hypocrisy and gullibility of the wealthy elite. Others see her as a cautionary tale, a reminder that behind every carefully curated persona, a darker truth may lurk. The question remains, who is the real Anna Delvey? Is she the mastermind con artist, preying on the weaknesses of others? Or is she the ambitious dreamer, seeking a place in a world that had no room for her aspirations? Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between, a murky blend of ambition and illusion, of a desperate desire for recognition and a willingness to do whatever it takes to achieve it. One thing is certain. Anna Delvey, the woman who conned New York, will continue to captivate our imaginations, a constant reminder that in a world obsessed with appearances, nothing is ever quite as it seems.